Dear Architect, my name is Edgar DeVille, and I was a resident of Valerian, you know, before the whole dragon destroying the world thing. I've heard through the grapevine that the former proprietor of the Inn of the Flaming Lizard passed away during the cataclysm, and I was thinking, perhaps I might take over such a business? I mean, I've stayed in inns before. How hard could it be? So, if you would kindly build such a building, thank you. Edgar DeVille, new owner of the Inn of the Flaming Lizard, reopening soon.
من الجحيم نشرق وإلى الجحيم سنرجع.
Hello, Grumpy Owls. Welcome home. And oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about today. So firstly, I want to say a quick thank you to the two voiceovers that you guys heard. So the first one, the actual intro voiceover about the innkeeper. So that was my buddy Hungry Squid. I found out that he wanted to do a voiceover through ZooCrafted, who is a friend of the channel, and I was just absolutely thrilled. Zoo told me that he really liked the series, and I didn't even know Hungry Squid was still really active on the channel. He and I were on a server together a long time ago, and we just hadn't talked in a while, so it was really, really cool that he popped back up into my world, you know? And so I was really, really thrilled for that. And he said that he really wanted to do some voice acting for this. And so I went ahead and just asked him if he wanted to do it, and sent him a script and asked him if he could get it. And he did it, and he nailed it, and it was excellent. And there are clouds. There are weird clouds. Give me 1 second with those stupid clouds. Gotta turn them off with this shader on. There we go. Now things look lovely. And the second one. So during the intro for Ember, so it will say Ember, the kingdom, fights in fire, or home, the kingdom of Ember. I can't remember which it does. There is now a voiceover in Arabic, and that is actually brought to you by Octopus Prime on Twitter. He is a friend of one of my buddies, Abba, and lives in the Middle East. I wanted to bring in a little bit of culture into the series and just do some different languages for some intros and stuff. And so he did a little intro for me, and it's just a really simple little phrase, and I was really, really excited and really happy to share that with you guys. So that is in every single episode of this going forward for Ember. So guys, we have more fun things to talk about. I want to show you a little bit of what I've been building here. And I'm going to build a little bit on camera and just kind of talk to you guys about what's going on. So first of all, this I showcased on Sunday for the live stream. This is the build style of Ember. We're going with something a little different in the Arabic. This definitely is a little more fantasy. It's still got that Arabic feel to it, that deserty feel with the coloration and kind of the right angles and stuff like that, but it's definitely screaming a little bit Western, which I kind of like. I feel like it all flows together well, and it's gonna fit into the color scheme really well. This stuff, you have to remember, is going to be vertical. So this is a bottom section of a same building that's going to be built up here, where if you come into Ember proper, if we just kind of lag ourselves out a little bit, fly over here. So this is all going to be covered over with red sand, of course, so you're not even going to be able to see any of this stuff. Well, maybe little parts of it, pieces here and there. buildings around here are going to be built into the sides of the cliffs, and then they're going to be, like, the really important buildings are going to be on top of the cliffs. There are also going to be houses down here. So on top of all the moldavite that's going down here, there's going to be this layer of stuff, and there's also going to be homes. So there's actually going to be, like, oop, there's a hole right there. Okay, and that's a good place for me to find holes. Yeah, there's actually going to be homes that are here. And I do want to fill this up a bit. I may leave a little bit of, like, the outskirts built up. So just picture that type of stuff all around the edges of this. I think it's going to look really cool when it starts going in. So I'm going to actually talk to you guys, fill in a little bit of this. I think it's going to be easier for me than trying to concentrate on a really complicated build. So we've got some stuff to talk about. First of all, thank you guys so much for all of your, first of all of your patronage for the Scorn gear. And if you guys do not know about that because you do not follow me on Twitter, we now have the, like, Kingdoms of Home gear that is happening. So what we're going to be doing with this is basically after every kingdom that we move on, like, from. So at this point we've moved to Ember and we've moved away from Scorn. So Scorn will now be available in the Kingdoms of Home gear. What that is a logo design done by our very own Pixel Brew, who is actually one of my build, like, concept guys, my color guy specifically. He has actually designed an amazingly awesome looking design for a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a coffee mug, which I think I'm actually going to be adding a sticker to as well. So if anybody wants to, like, collect the stickers of all the kingdoms, you guys will be able to do that as well. So what we're going to do is every time that we have a kingdom completed, I have actually hired Pixel Brew, going to be hiring Pixel Brew. I'm actually paying him for these designs, to come in and do a design for each kingdom. Each kingdom will be custom done to fit the theme. If you guys actually go to the link down below, Scorn's gear is going to be in every video now, like, in the description, and that will continue on. So once we're done in Ember, it will actually be, you know, Scorn and Ember both down there. You guys will be able to see the design and what I'm talking about. And if you guys want to pick up a t-shirt, mug, or hoodie, or the sticker, a big important thing to remember about that, I am actually using Teespring. I'm using Teespring because they actually allow you to do charity. So for every, for 50% of every, like, dollar done, so 50% of the proceeds of everything are going to go to a homeless charity. I kind of really wanted to do something that fit the theme of home, and since home is about basically building these refugees a home in general, and it's just about home and what makes home and the cultures of home and just building, you know, home for people, I wanted to bring that into the charity for it. So there's a bunch of charities that you can pick from if you guys want to do anything for yourselves, but I wanted to make specifically the home stuff for homelessness. It's a big problem in the United States, and it's a problem that we don't need to have, and so I'm really excited to be able to actually help, like, benefit that. And I always like doing charity work, so it means something to me that I'm able to help out with something like that. So guys, if you want to grab yourself some Scorn gear, go ahead. It is there. It helps charity, and yeah, I would love you guys to represent Scorn. I think if you guys really like Scorn, I do know that, like, the Red Witch of Scorn herself, Foxy Monoxide, has gone ahead and bought a t-shirt as well. So you guys know your leader has it. So any of you Scorn people out there, your leader is rocking the apparel. And then also another big thing aside from that, I have started a Patreon server. Now, the Patreon server, and the reason I'm talking about it here, the Patreon server is actually attached to the World of Home. It is attached to the story, it is attached to my series. I will be doing another series on that server as well, and you guys can get involved. What it is there is a whole continent in the world of Edry, so the world that like this is all set in, and the previous world is the thing to remember here. There is a whole continent that the people of Edry did not know anything about. It is so far away from them, they did not have the means to get to it, or just didn't know where it was. And that world was also destroyed in the Cataclysm with the Sword of the Gods. But some people escaped into a new world. We don't know how they got there. Maybe through an accident, maybe a portal opened up and a couple of people ran in. Maybe it was a plan put together by, a number of people just to escape in general. We don't know what went down, but we do know that a bunch of them managed to escape and make it through a portal into another world. That world is my Patreon server. It is being called The Forgotten Kingdoms. And what I am doing is I am letting you guys build kingdoms there. It is not on this world, so don't expect to come on and find Ember or Scorn or any of those places. This is a whole new world, and I want you guys to build the actual kingdoms. And what I'm going to do is, starting in November, I'm going to be showcasing you guys' kingdoms on that world. So if you decide you want to build a world of, like, people that worship birds, you have big bird statues, and all of your buildings look like feathers or something, or they look like a nest or something cool like that. That is what you do, and that is what I'm going to showcase. And I want to know about the people of your world. Why do they worship birds? What is so important about them? What is the history that made them do that? And that is a place that you guys are going to be able to do that. And the Patreon tier for that is not a big one. I talked to a couple of people about it. I did some thinking about it myself, and it is $2.50 on the Patreon. That is per month. It is not expensive at all. I wanted it to be affordable for people. $2.50, you guys will be on there. I will be there. I am already been there. I'm already working on stuff. My main concentration is going to be Spawn. That is where I'm going to be building most of my stuff. I want to see your guys' kingdoms. I want to see what you come up with. I want to see all of your awesomeness. I just want to have a place for you guys to come hang out at Spawn, and I want to showcase your kingdoms. I want it to be about you. So, guys, that is all of the stuff that's going on right now. I know this was a little bit more of a kind of update video than it was like a build type video, but we're going to get back into that. Trust me, there's a lot of stuff that is being planned for Ember, and I am really excited about all that. I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit more about the Patreon server. I wanted to let you guys know about the Scorn gear. Make sure you pick up some of that if you want to. It will be there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for just a lot of the support you guys have been showing this week. I had kind of a rough patch last week just in the channel and trying to find what I really wanted to move forward with. I knew the series I had planned, but just a lot of the inspiration for doing it. And you guys really helped me out with that this last week. Going out and really promoting out the Scorn stuff and really getting involved with the Patreon server. And I gained 2 Patreons the day I put out a server, so I'm just really excited about things moving forward, and I just wanted to let you guys know that it means a lot. I'm really excited. I want you guys to be part of this. I want you to be on this ride with me, So look into the Patreon server. It's there. It's only $2.50. not a bad price for Patreon servers. I've seen them for a lot more. I've seen them for, you know, some of the big guys going at $20, and I just wanted to make it available for you guys. So for a cup of coffee, come play with me for a month. And for everybody getting Scorn gear, you guys are so amazing. Thank you for repping my stuff. For taking an idea in my head that I used Minecraft to, you know, as an art to put out. And I put a lot of heart into it, and it really means a lot that you guys are willing to, you know, wear a shirt that says, you know, Scorn, that's got my logo on the back, and like, well, not my logo, but my channel, and it means a lot. So thank you guys so much for all of that. I'm gonna let you go. I have so much work to do. I still gotta fill so much of this in. Oh, why did I do this? I hate myself. Okay, no, I love myself. It's fantastic. And guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I hope to see you on the Patreon server. Send me those pics on Twitter of you guys wearing the gear. Get yourself a coffee mug, get yourself a sticker, get yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie. Winter's coming. You need those hoodies. So guys, thank you again. I want to get me in here thanking you. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. All right? Bye-bye.